1010 Subdivisions of Asia. Let's go. Alright, so this quiz has recently undergone an update as of early August, in which the biggest addition to it was the addition of Palestine, so that's good to see, as well as a bunch of other minor updates, so let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to start from east to west, as we typically do in these videos, from Indonesia down here, Papua. I mean, technically Papua is part of the Australian continent, so technically it shouldn't be in this quiz, just like how European Russia and African Egypt aren't, but that's okay, we'll let that slide, not too grave of a mistake. Alright, so we have Papua, and just copy paste this. We have Highland Papua, South Papua, Central Papua, West Papua, and Southwest Papua, despite it clearly being on the northwestern part of the island. Then we have Maluku and North Maluku. We have Sulawesi, this island right here. We have North Sulawesi. We have Gorontalo. When I tried to type in Gorontalo, it took Gor first there, a subdivision in Afghanistan, before I can type in Gorontalo. Central Sulawesi. And when I tried to type that in, it took Jeju over in South Korea. Jesu is an alternative name for Jeju, I guess. And then, right, Central Sulawesi, West Sulawesi, South Sulawesi, and Southeast Sulawesi. And then moving on down here, we have NTT, Nusa Tenggara Timur, East Nusa Tenggara, NTB, Nusa Tenggara Barat or West Nusa Tenggara, and then Bali, everybody knows Bali, and Kalimantan, more famously known as Borneo, North Kalimantan, East Kalimantan, South Kalimantan, Central Kalimantan, and West Kalimantan. Moving on to Java, the most populous island in the entire world. We have East Java, Central Java, West Java, and we have Yogyakarta and Jakarta, both very similar names. Jakarta obviously being the capital, and Banten. Right, moving on to Sumatra and its surroundings. We have Bangka Belitung with Kepulauan Riau. It took Kep first there in Cambodia. Kepulauan Riau also took Riau in mainland Sumatra, and Lampung, Bengkulu, Sumatra, South Sumatra, Jambi, West Sumatra, North Sumatra, and Aceh, the only Indonesian province to implement Sharia law. Alright, we'll go to Timor-Leste, or East Timor, literally meaning east. Alright, we have the exclave of Oekusi, we have Atauru, the island off the coast there, Dili, the capital, Wikisa, Bobonaru, Ermera, Aileu, Kovalima, Ainaru, Manufahi, Manatutu, Vikiki, Baukau, and Laute. Right, moving on to Malaysia, starting off with the Bornean part first, the northern half of Borneo, Sabah, Labuan, and Sarawak. And then peninsular Malaysia, we have Johor, Malacca, formerly controlled by the Portuguese, Negeri Sembilan, which means country 9, Pahang, Kuala Lumpur, the capital, Putrajaya, Selangor, Terengganu, Kelantan, Perak, Penang. Oh yeah, Penang for some reason took Bitlis in Turkey. Penang, Kedah, and Perlis. Right, we'll do Brunei here, also located on the island of Borneo. You have the Temburong exclave, Brunei Muara, Tutong, and Belait. Over to Singapore, we have Southwest, Central, and Southeast, already filled in there. It's just missing Northwest and Northeast. Right, and then we'll do these islands over in the Indian Ocean, which belong to Australia. The Cocos or Keeling Islands and Christmas Island. Alright, we'll do Philippines first before we carry on our way up continental Asia. We have Saksargan. Now you might be thinking it's a weird name. That's because it stands for, well, the SOC stands for South Cotabato C stands for Cotabato, SK stands for Sultan Kudarat, SAR stands for Sarangani, and GEN stands for General Santos, as you can see down there. Alright, and then we have Bangsa Moro, the autonomous region assigned to the Muslim majority areas of southern Philippines, southern Mindanao there, and the Sulu archipelago, Zamboanga, Davao, northern Mindanao, Charaga, it took Cordillera first, because Cordillera, the full name of it is Cordillera Administrative Region. Caraga, Negros, Visayas, divided into Eastern Visayas, Central Visayas, and Western Visayas. We have Mimaropa, Bicol, Calabarzon, Manila, the national capital. Just move my cursor out the way. Central Luzon, Ilocos, and Cagayan Valley. Alright, moving on to Thailand. We have Narathiwat. It took a Japanese prefecture, name of Nara first there. Narathiwat, Yala, Patani, Songkhla, Fathalung, Satun, Trang Krabi, Phuket, another famous tourist destination, Phang Nga, Chum Noitranong, Nakhon Si Thamarat, Surat Thani, Chumphon, Prachuap Khirikan. Sorry, these pronunciations aren't definitely not 100% accurate. So sorry about that. Fechaburi, Ratchaburi, Samut. Copy paste this. We're gonna have a couple of them. We have Samut Songkhram, Samut Sahon, Bangkok, the capital, Samut Prakan, Pathum Thani, Nontha Buri, Nakhon Pathom. Got those two mixed up there. Kanchana Buri, Sufan Buri, Ang Thong, Fra Nakhon Si Ayutthaya, Saraburi, Lopburi, Singburi, Chainat Uthai Thani, Nakhon Sawan Tak. We have Nakhon Nayok, Choeng Sao, Chonburi, Rayong, Chan Thaburi. It's a Chin over in Myanmar, the Chan being the alternate name of Chin. Chan Thaburi and Trat, Sakayo, Sakatuk Sheki over in Azerbaijan, Sakayo, what is this? Prachinburi, Nakhon Ratchasima, Buriram Surin Sisaket, Ubon Rajathani, Amnat Charoen, Yasothon, Roy Et, Mahasaraham, Khonken, Chayafum, Fetchabun, Fijit, Kamfang Fet, Mukdahan Kalasin, Buengkan Nongkhai, Sakonahon, Udon Thani, Nongpualamfu, away, Fitsanlok, both having similar shapes there, coincidentally. Taradit Sukhothai, Nan Phrae Phayao, Chiang Rai, the northernmost province, Lampang, similar to Lampung in Indonesia, Lamphun, Chiang Mai, and my home son. Right, we'll do Cambodia next. Kept already filled in from previously. We have Pailin, Batambang, Pursat, Kohkong, Preh, Sihanouk, Kampot, and then we have the four kampongs, Kampong Speo, Kampong Chenang, Kampong Thom, and Kampong Cham. Takeo, Kandal, the capital of Phnom Penh, Spreveng, Svai Rieng, Bong Mum, Kratie, Mondulkiri. It'll take Mon first there in Myanmar. Mondulkiri, Ratana Kiri, Stung Treng, Preah Viher, Odar Manche Siem Reap, which is where the Angkor Wat is at, one of the largest religious buildings in the world, also present on the Cambodian flag, and Banteay Manche. Alright, we'll do Vietnam next. Now for Vietnam, as of June or July of this year, they've actually updated their provinces from 65 to 34. So instead of learning more after the update, just like I had to do with Tajikistan here, I actually had to use less of what I've already learned. So that's good. Anyway. Alright, An Kiang, Kamau Bentre, no wait, Vin Long, Dong Thap, Ho Chi Minh. Once again, I have no clue in regards to the pronunciation. Sorry to all the Vietnamese speakers out there. They just have too much symbols going on in and around the letters. So sorry for not having the time to learn these yet. We have, what's this one? Kantho, Tai Nin, Tong Nai Lam Tong Kia Lai, Khan Hua. What is this one? Duck Clock, obviously, Duck Clock. Quang Ngai, Da Nang, Hue, Quang Tri, Ha Tin, Ha Tuk Ha over in Bhutan, Ha Tin, Nge An, Than Hoa, Hanoi the capital, and what was this one, Ninh Binh, Hung Yen, Hai Phong, Quang Ninh, Bach Ninh, Son La Lang Son Chao Bang, Phai Nguyen, Tuyen Quang, Phu Tho, Lao Chai, Lai Chao, and Dien Bien. Alright, moving on to Laos now, the only landlocked country within mainland Southeast Asia. Sekong Atapeo Champasak Sala Van Savannah Khet Kham Muan. What was this one? Oh yeah, Boli Khamsai, Siang Huang, Hua Fan, Sai Som Bun, Vientiane, the capital and the prefecture, two different entities there. Luang Prabang, Phong Sali, Sai Nia Buli, Luang Namtha, Bokeo, and Udom Sai. Right, moving on to Myanmar with Mon and Chin already filled in. Chin being the only Christian majorities Myanmar subdivision. We have Tanin Thari, Kayin, Kayah, Shan, Naypyidaw, the current capital, Bago, Yangon, the former capital, Ayayarwadi, Rakhin. Oh yeah, Rak took Ras Al Khaimah over in the UAE. Rakhin, Magwai, Mandalay, Sagaing. Saga is a Japanese prefecture, so took that one first. Sagaing and Kachin. Alright, where do we go next? We'll do Taiwan first. Starting off the islands of Kinmen, Penghu, and Lianchang. Pingtung, Taitung, Nantou, Hualien, Yilan, Kao, Siung, Tainan, Chiai, Yunlin, Changhua, Taichung, Miaoli, Hsinchu, Taoyuan, New Taipei, the capital, and Keelung. Then we'll do China. We have Xinjiang, an autonomous region designated for the ethnic Uyghurs. Then we have Xizang, or Tibet, Qinghai, in Gansu, Ningxia, an autonomous region for the Hui people. Inner Mongolia, Heilong, Xiang, Jilin, Liaoning, Hebei, Beijing, Tianjin, Shandong, Shanxi, Henan, Hubei, Hunan, Chongqing, Guizhou, Sichuan, where the pandas live, Yunnan, Guangxi, designated for the Zhuang ethnic minority, and then we have Guangdong, Jiangxi, Anhui, Zhejiang, Shanghai, and Jiangsu and Fujian. Then we have these special administrative regions of Hong Kong and Macau, obviously. Obviously, Macau in Saudi Arabia. Macau there. Alright, moving on to the islands over here. Do North Korea. We have Rason, Hamgyong. Pretty sure that's how you spell it. North Hamgyong, isn't it? It is. North Hamgyong and South Hamgyong, Ryanggang, Chagang, Pyongyang, have North Pyongyang and South Pyongyang, the capital Pyongyang, obviously, Nampo, Gangwon, which also exists in adjacent South Korea, Gangwon there, 2 Gangwons there, and then Kaesong and Hwanghae, North Hwanghae and South Hwanghae. Right, South Korea, we have Jeju and Gangwon, already greened out. We have Incheon, Seoul, the capital, Gyeonggi, Chungcheongnam, Nam meaning south, so that was South Chungcheong, and then Chungcheongbuk, meaning north, therefore that was North Chungcheong. And then we have Daejeon, Sejong, we have Jeolla, Jeollanam, South Jeolla, and Jeollabuk, North Jeolla, Gwangju, and then Gyeongsang, Gyeongsangbuk, North Gyeongsang, and Gyeongsangnam, South Gyeongsang. And then we have the cities, Daegu, Ulsan, Busan. Right, we'll do Japan. Now we have Okinawa, these islands south of Kyushu. Kyushu itself, we have we have Saga already filled in. Fukuoka, Saga, Nagasaki, Kumamoto, Kagoshima, Miyazaki, and Oita. Moving on to Shikoku Island, we have Ehime, Kochi, Kagawa, and Tokushima. We have Yamaguchi, Shimane, Hiroshima, Okayama, Tottori, Hyogo, Osaka, Osh in Kyrgyzstan, Osaka, Kyoto, Shiga, Wakayama, Nara, also already filled in from previously, with Mie, Aichi, Gifu, Fukui, Ishikawa, Toyama, Niigata, Nagano, Gunma, Yamanashi, where Mount Fuji is at, Shizuoka, Kanagawa, Tokyo, the capital, Chiba, Saitama, Tochigi, Ibaraki, Fukushima, Miyagi, Yamagata, Akita, Iwate, Aomori, and Hokkaido. Right. Alright, we'll do Mongolia next. We have Dornod and Tuv already filled in when we typed in East and Central respectively. Alright, we have Sugh, Batar, Khanti, Govi, Sumber. It took Govi Altai here first before we can type in Govi Sumber. We have Ulaanbaatar, the capital, I believe one of the most polluted capital cities in the world. And then Selenge, Darkhan, Ul, Bulgan, Orkhan, Dorno Govi, Umne Govi, Dund Govi, Över Khangai, Arkhangai, Bayan Khongar, Khuvsgol, Zavkhan, Uvskhoft, and Bayan Ulgi, which is the only subdivision to have a Kazakh majority instead of a ethnic Mongolian majority. Alright, we'll do Asian Russia next. We have Chukotka, Kamchatka, Magadan, Khabarovsk, Primorsky, Jewish Autonomous Oblast. We have Sakhalin, Amur, Zabaikalsky, Buryatia, Irkutsk, Krasnoyarsk, Tuva, Khakassia. We have Altai Republic and Altai Krai. We have Novosibirsk, Yamalo-Nenets, Khanty-Mansi, the closest cousins of the Hungarian over there deep in Central Europe. They share Finno-Ugric or Uralic roots. We have Tomsk, Kemirova, I forgot. We have Omsk, Homs over here in Syria. Omsk, Tyumen, Sverdlovsk, Kurgan, Kurtuk Al-Khor over in Qatar, Kurgan, and Chelyabinsk. Alright, we'll do Kazakhstan. We have Turkestan, already filled in when we typed in south. We have Batis, Kazakhstan or West Kazakhstan, already filled in. Soltistik, Kazakhstan, North Kazakhstan, and Shilghis, Kazakhstan or East Kazakhstan, already filled in. All the compass directions there. We have Abay, Jetsu, Almaty, Jambol, Shymkent, Karaganda, Pavlodar, Akmola, and also Astana, the capital there, Kostanay. This northern part of Kazakhstan obviously has a Russian majority. Then we have Aktobe, Ulitau, Kızılar'da, Baikonur, the city, Atyrau, and Mangistau. Right. Over to Uzbekistan. Here we have Karakalpakstan, home to the ethnic Karakalpaks, which are a different ethnic group, separate ethnic group from the Uzbeks. And then we have Khorazm, Bukhara. The X in the Uzbek language is pronounced as a kh, just like how it would be pronounced, just like how it's pronounced in the Cyrillic alphabet as well. Bukhara, Navoi, Jazakh, Samarkand, Kashqadaryo, Surkhan, Dario meaning river, borrowed from the Iranian languages. Sirdaryo, Tashkent, where the capital is at, Namangan, Andijan, and Fergana. Over to Kyrgyzstan, we have already filled in. Batken, Jalalabad, similar to Jalalabad in Azerbaijan. We'll get to it later. Talas, Chuy, Bishkek, the capital, Narin, and Issyk-Kul, which is the same name as the lake over here as well, Lake Issyk-Kul. Right, we'll do Tajikistan. We have Sukht, Khatlan, the capital, Dushanbe, and Gorno-Badakhshan. And this area is called Nohiya-Hoy Tobey Jumhuri, or districts under central government jurisdiction. After the update, it has been further subdivided into the 9 districts and the 4 cities which make up this subdivision. Alright, we have Sangvar, Lakhsh, Tojikobod, Rasht, Nurabad, Rogun, Faizabad, Vahdat, Rudaki, Varzab, what is this one? Hisar, Shahrinav, and Tursunzada. We'll do Turkmenistan. We have Balkan. It took Balkh first there in Afghanistan. Balkan, Dasholguz, Lebab, Ahal, Aha took Şanlıurfa in Turkey for some reason, and Ashgabat, and Mary. Do Afghanistan next with Ghor and Balkh already filled in. We have Badakhshan, Kunduz, Takhar, Nuristan, Panjshir, Kabul, the capital, Kapisa, Kunar, Laghman, Nangarhar, Logar, Paktia, Khost, Paktika, Ghazni, similar to Ganzi over in Botswana, Daikundi, Uruzgan, Bamyan, Baghlan, Maizanwardak, Parwan, Samangan, similar to Namangan for in Uzbekistan, Sarepol, Jos, Jan, Faryab, Badghis, Herat, Farah, Nimruz, Helman, Kandahar, and Zabul. Alright, we'll do Sri Lanka. We have northern, eastern, northwest, central, western, and southern already filled in. We're missing Uva, Sabaragamua. It took Samuch first in Azerbaijan before we can type in Sabaragamua, and north central. Alright, moving on to India. We have Andaman, and Nicobar Islands, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, I believe formerly controlled by the French there, Kerala, Goa, Dadra, and Nagar Haveli, and Daman and Diu, all formerly controlled by the Portuguese. Then we have Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Sikkim, Bihar, UP or Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, almost forget Lakshadweep there, Rajasthan, the largest Indian state, I believe, Haryana, Delhi, the capital, Chandigarh, Punjab, also present in neighboring Pakistan there, Jammu Kashmir, also took Azad Jammu Kashmir in Pakistan, Ladakh, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand. Moving on to the Seven Sisters, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, which I believe is either partially or wholly, if that's even a word, claimed by China. So Nagaland, Meghalaya, Manipur, Tripura, and Mizoram. We'll do Bangladesh here, Chittagong, Sylhet, Dhaka, where the capital is at, Barisal, Khulna, Rajshahi, Rangpur, and Mymensingh. The Bhutan, we have already filled in. Samtse, Baro, Thimphu, Gasa, once again partially claimed by China. Punacha, Chucha, Dagana, Wangdu Fodrang. One took Van over in Turkey. Wangdu Fodrang, Tsirang, Sarpang, Strongsa, Jemkang, Bumthang, Mongar, Pemagatshel, Samdrup Jonghar, Luntse, Trashi Yangtse, and Trashi Gang. Over to Nepal, we have Sudur Paschim already filled in. Karnali, Lumbini, Madhesh, Gandaki, Bagmati, and Koshi. Alright, we'll do Maldives, which is an interesting one because each subdivision has two names. We have an official name and a code name, which is basically an alternative name created because the official name is just simply way too long. I mean, some of them have comfortably over 10 syllables, so Yeah. Starting off here, we have Addu City, its codename being Sinu, there as you can see. And then we have Fuva Mula or Gnaviani. We have Huvadu Atholhu Dekunuburi. See what I mean? Dekunuburi meaning southern, so that translates to Southern Huvadu Atoll. Its codename being Gafudhalu, and then we have Huvadu Atholhu Uthuruburi, with Uthuruburi meaning northern, and that's Gafu Alifu, its codename. Then we have Hadun Mathi or Lamu, and what is this one? Kolhu Madulu or Tha. We have Mulak Atholhu or Mimu, Felidu Atholhu or Vavu. We have Nilande Atholhu Tekunu Buri or Dhalu. Nilande Atholhu Uthuruburi or Fafu. We have Kafu, Malay Atoll, and Malay City itself, the capital. Ari Atholhu Dekunuburi or Alifudhalu, Ari Atholhu Uthuruburi or Alifu. We have Malhos Madulu Dekunuburi or Ba, Malhos Madulu Uthuruburi or Ra. We have Fa Dipolhu or Laviani, Miladun Madulu Dekunuburi or Nunu, and Miladun Madulu Uthuruburi or Shaviani. And then finally these last two, Thiladun Mathi. For some reason it doesn't accept the Dekunuburi and the Uthuruburi inputs in the Divehi language, so we're just gonna have to write the English one. The English version: South Thiladun Mathi or Ha Dhalu, and North Thiladun Mathi or Ha Alifu. Let me just take a breather. Alright. Do Pakistan next. We have Gilgit-Baltistan, Azad Jammu Kashmir, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and Punjab already filled in. We have Sindh and Balochistan. There's also Balochistan in neighboring Iran. And the capital, Islamabad. Do Iran next. Sistan and Balochistan already filled in. We have Kerman, Hormozgan. We have the Khorasans. We have South Khorasan, Razavi, Khorasan, and North Khorasan, Semnan, Golistan, Mazandaran, Mush in Turkey, Mazandaran, Gilan, similar to Gilan over in Kosovo. We have Ardabil, we have Azerbaijan, home to the ethnic Azeris, East Azerbaijan and West Azerbaijan. We have Kurdistan, also present in Iraq there. Kermanshah, Elam, I believe the least populous province. Khuzestan, Bushehr, a lot of Arabs over in these coastal areas. Kohgiluye and Boyer Ahmad, Chahar Mahal and Bakhtiari. Fars, Yazd, Isfahan, Tehran, the capital. Alborz, Qazvin, Markazi, Loristan, Hamadan, obviously Hama over in Syria, Hamadan, and Zanjan. Right, we'll do the Caucasus. Over to Azerbaijan, we have Balakan, Samukh, and Sheki already filled in. We have the exclave over here, Nakhchivan, which is actually further subdivided into more subdivisions, which are Sadarak, Sharur, Kangarli, Babek, Nakhchivan City, Shahbuz, Julfa, and Ordubad. So yeah, it should have been included in this quiz, but isn't. Moving on to the main part of Azerbaijan, we have Zangilan, Jabrail, Guba, Gubadle, Shusha, Khojavand, Khojali. We have Stepanakert or Khankendi, Lachin, Kalbajar, Dashkasan, Gadabey, Shamkir, Tovus, Akhstafa, Gazakh, Gach, Zagatala, Akhdash, Yevlach, Mingachvir, what is this one? Goran Boy, Gigol, Naftalan, Ganja, Oghuz, Gabala, Gusar, Khajmaz, Shabran, Siazan, Khz. Similar to Uzbekistan, the letter X is also pronounced as Khazidr, Aksu, Ismail, Shama, Khi, Gobustan, Absheron, Sumgayat, the second largest city, Baku, the capital, Shirvan, Haj Kabul, Aghdara, Tartar, Barda, Göyçay, Ucar, Zardab, Fuzuli, Beyla, Gan, Imishli, Kürdemir, Sabirabad, Satla, Aghjabadi, Aghdam, Salyan, Nefchala, just did that. Masala, Lankaran, Astara, Lerik, Yardimle, Bilasvar, and Jalil Abad, similar to Jalalabad in Kyrgyzstan. Alright, sorry for the low energy. Moving on to Armenia, we have Shunik, Vayat, Dzor, Ararat, Yerevan, the capital, Gerar, Kunik, Kotaik, Tavush, Lori, Shirak, Aragat Sultan, and Armavir. Moving on to Georgia, or Sakartvelo as they say it, Kakheti, Nsketa Mtianeti, Tbilisi, the capital, Kvemo Kartli, Shida Kartli, Rachalechkumi, Kvemosvaneti, Imereti, Samegrelo, Zemosvaneti, Abkhazia, Guria, Ajara, or Ajaria, and Samtskhe Javakheti. Alright, over to Turkey. We have Malatya, Shanlurfa, Mush, Bitlis, and Van already filled in. We have Shirnak, Hakkari, Sirt, just like the one in, or similar to the one in Libya. We have Batman, yes, we do have a subdivision named Batman in Turkey. We have Diyarbakir, Mardin, Elazığ, Bingöl, Erzurum, Agde, İğdır, Ardahan, Kars, Rize, Trabzon, Artvin, Giresun, Gümüşhane, Bayburt, Erzincan, Tunceli, the least populous province, Adıyaman, Gaziantep, and Kahramanmaraş, 2 provinces severely affected by the major earthquake which happened 3 years ago. Then we have Sivas, Kayseri, Amasya, Yozgat, Tokat, Ordu, Samsun, Sinop, Kastamonu, Bartın, Karabük, Çankırı, Ankara, where the capital is at, Kirikkale, Kırşehir, Çorum, Nevşehir, Aksaray, Niğde, Osmaniye, Kilis, Hatay, Aden over in Yemen. Adana, Mersin, Karaman, Konya, Antalya, Burdur, Isparta, Muğla, Afyonkarahisar, Bolu, Eskişehir, Zonguldak, Düzce, Sakarya, Kocaeli, Istanbul, the most populous city in Europe, also the only city in the world to be located in 2 continents. We have Tekirdağ, Yalova, the smallest province, Kırklareli, Edirne, Çanakkale, Balıkesir, Bursa. What's that? Oh yeah, Bilecik, Kütahya, Uşak, Manisa, Denizli, Izmir, and Aydın. Moving on to Cyprus, we have Famagusta, Kyrenia, Nicosia or Lefkosa, also known as, and then Larnaca, Limassol, and Paphos. Alright, over to Lebanon, we have north and south already filled in, Janub and Shamal, Akkar, Baalbek, Hermel, Kasirwan Jubail, Mount Lebanon, Beirut, the capital, Biqa, Nabatiyah, and yeah. And then Syria with Homs and Hama already filled in. We have Hasaka, Deir Zor, Raqqa, Aleppo, Idlib, Latakia, Tartus, Rif Dimashq alongside Damascus, the capital, As-Suwaida, the only Syrian subdivision with a Druze majority, a lesser known Abrahamic religion, Dar'a and Qunitra, which is currently occupied. Then we have Palestine, the Gaza Strip, even though it's supposed to be further subdivided into 5, North Gaza, Gaza City, Khan Yunis, Dir al-Balah, and Rafah. Moving on to the West Bank, we have Hebron, or Al-Khalil, Quds, or Jerusalem, Bethlehem, or Beit Lehem, how can I forget that, Jericho, or Ariha, we have Ramallah wal-Bira, Salfit, Qalqilya, Tulkarm, Nablus, Janin, and Tubas. Alright, Egypt, we have the Sinai Peninsula, which is located in Asia, and the rest of Egypt in Africa, of course. We have North Sinai and South Sinai. Over to Jordan, or Urdun, as they call it, as they say it, Mafraq, Zarqa, Amman, where the capital is at, Ajalun, Jerash, Irbid, Balqa, Madaba, Karak, Tafila, Aqaba, and Ma'an. Right, Iraq now, we have Kurdistan already filled in, which is made up of 4 regions, Duhok, Erbil, Sulaymaniyah, and Halabja. We have Nineveh, Al-Anbar, Karbala, the famous pilgrimage site for Shia Muslims, Baghdad, the capital, Babil, what else? Salahuddin, Kirkuk, Diyala, Naisan, Wasit, Najaf, Muthanna, Al-Qadisiyya, Biqar, Basra, the only one to have a coastline, and that's it. To Kuwait now, we have Jahra, Ahmadi, we have Kuwait City, or Asima, Hawali, Mubarak Al-Kabir, and Farwaniya. We'll do Bahrain next. We have Janubiyah, or Southern, and Shamaliyah, or Northern, already filled in. missing Manama, the capital, Al-Asima, and Muharraq, Al-Muharraq. Alright, we'll do Qatar, have Al-Shamal, or north, and Al-Khar, already filled in, and Al-Du'ain as well, for some reason already filled in. Have Dawha, Salal, Al-Wakra, Al-Rayyan, and Shahania. There. We went to UAE, Ras Al Khaimah already filled in, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman, Al Quwain, and Fujairah. Alright, we'll do Saudi Arabia. We have Hudud Al Shamaliyah, northern borders, Sharqiyah, eastern, and Mecca already filled in. Al-Jawf, which is also present there in Yemen. Ha'il, Qasim, Riyadh, where the capital Riyadh is at, obviously. Tabuk, Medina, Al-Baha, Asir, Jizan, and Najran. Over to Yemen, our second to last country. We have Socotra, which technically isn't supposed to be included in this quiz because it's located in the African shelf, which means it's in the African continent. Socotra there, famous for its endemic species. We have Aden, Hudaydah, and Al-Jawf already filled in. Sa'dah, Amran, Hajjah, Al-Mahwit, Sana'a, and Amanat Al-Asima, Raima, Thamar, Ta'iz, Al-Bayda, Al-Dali, Ma'rib, Abyan, Shabwa, Lahj, Hadramaut, and Mahra. Alright, over to our final country of Oman. We have Wusta, Al-Sharqiyah north and Al-Sharqiyah south already filled in. Wusta already filled in because Wusta means, or translates to central. Alright, we have Lafar, Dakhiliya, Al-Zahira, Buraimi, Musandam, Muscat, the capital, and finally Al-Batina south and Al-Batina north. Alright, so that's it for today's video. We have successfully named all the subdivisions of Asia, and Africa is coming up next. See you all there, and have a blessed day.